So yesterday we were doing chemiosmotic hypothesis or the process of chemiosmosis, in which I told you that how the concentration or the number of hydrogen are increased inside the thylakoid. If this is thylakoid, I'm just making a rough sketch today because yesterday I made a complete sketch. If this is thylakoid, outer membrane and inner membrane, how the concentration of hydrogen is increased inside the lumen of the thylakoid. And in that I told you the complex for photolysis is located here. NADP reductase enzyme is located here. That reduction takes place here. And at the same time, I told you the PS2 is located here. PS1 here. The machinery for the Z scheme, and we have cytochrome here. Then I told you that here is a proton acceptor which accepts the electron which comes downhill, and that proton acceptor, it transfers the electron from here to the PS1. From here it is given to PS1. This is PS2, and PS1 through this hydrogen ion, or it's this proton, and after transporting it to this, the hydrogen ion remains in the lumen of the thylakoid. The second point I told you that photolysis takes place here. Photolysis of water takes place here, and because of photolysis of water, this H2O is broken down into protons, electrons, and oxygen. Out of these, the oxygen is liberated in the air, or the electrons are given to this system, and the protons remain here. So they increase in the hydrogen ion concentration of the lumen. Third thing I told you that outside this is stroma, and this is lumen of thylakoid. Here we have NADP reductase enzyme, and because of this NADP reductase enzyme, the NADP is reduced to NADPH2, and because of this reduction, the protons are required for this reduction, and these protons which are required for this reduction, they come from the stroma. So the number of hydrogen ions or protons in the stroma will decrease. At the same time, there is an increase in protons inside the lumen, and because of this, what happens, the concentration of hydrogen increases inside. Then I told you that there is ATP synthesis, and how that ATP is synthesized. How that ATP is synthesized, that I'm going to tell you. I told you that it has two particles, the F0 segment and the F1 segment, F0 and F1. And I told you that this F0, F1 both participate in synthesis of ATP. How does it synthesize it? Now, I told you that this is all based on proton gradient. This is all based on proton gradient. So this proton gradient is broken. That means the number of protons which are more inside and less outside, the gradient which develops, it's broken. That means this F0 is also a transmembrane channel. And through this transmembrane channel, the proton starts moving out. This is as a result of breaking down of the proton gradient. Now here, this is also known as ATP synthetase. This is also known as ATP synthetase. That means the enzyme which helps in the synthesis of ATP. When the protons, they start coming out of this, the proton gradient is broken and energy is released. This released energy is utilized for phosphorylation of ADP. That means here what happens? The ADP gets phosphorylated and ATP is synthesized because of the breakdown of proton gradient. And this is how This is how ATP is synthesized, and by the use of by the breakdown of proton gradient. And this is very important, the breakdown of proton gradient, because that releases energy, and that particular energy is then utilized for the synthesis of ATP. And I think this process of chemiosmotic hypothesis is clear to you. Any query, any question based on this, you can ask me. Anywhere you could not understand, where I can repeat this process of chemiosmosis, just you can ask me. Yes, beta. This process, anywhere you could not understand, Rohan is saying that it's clear. Yashika, clear. Okay. Yes. Priya is also, no ma'am, it's clear, fine. Yes. To everybody, is it clear? So I think this process of chemiosmosis is clear to you. Now I will start with the next topic, which is dark reaction. Amrita is also saying clear. I'm getting messages from everybody that the process of chemiosmosis is clear. Now, after this, I come to another topic of the same chapter, and the topic is dark reaction. Dark reaction. Now, till now, we have done that ATP and NADPH are synthesized. Now, where these ATP and NADPH will be used? These are used in this dark reaction. That is why this is also known as biosynthetic phase. Why this is known as biosynthetic phase? Because the ATP, NADP, those are which are formed, they are used to convert ATPs which are formed in NADPH, which is formed in light reaction by oxidative phosphorylation. This is used in converting this into CH2O, and that is carbohydrates. That means what happens, CO2 under the action of these two is converted into our food. In short, we write carbohydrates like this, that is which is a food. That is why this is known as biosynthetic phase. At the same time, this is also known as Calvin cycle. Calvin cycle or C3 cycle also. Kelvin cycle or C3 cycle. Why it is known as Kelvin cycle or C3 cycle? This we are I'll tell you. Right now, I'll tell you the site of this dark reaction. Site of the dark reaction. Where does it take place? It doesn't take place in thylakoid. Remember, in thylakoid is for the light reaction, for oxidative phosphorylation, for cyclic and non-cyclic photophosphorylation. The site for this is stroma. This takes place in stroma. Now I'll tell you why this is known as Kelvin cycle or C3 cycle. There was a researcher named Melvin Kelvin. Soon after the Second World War, he started working on the dark reaction, the stages of dark reaction, how the dark reaction is accomplished. What he took green algae, and the green algae he grew by a technique. The technique is called as autoradiography. Using the radioisotope C14. This radioisotope he used to study the process of dark reaction, C14, and what he did that he grew this first, which was labeled with radioisotope C14, and then he took out the cells. He took some cells from them, some cells from it, and these cells were then boiled in, or these were kept in boiled ethanol. Not ethanol, methanol, boiled methanol, and the cells died, and then but they got fixed, and then he studied various stages of dark reaction. He studied various stages of dark reaction. That is why, because of his name, actually this is not KEL, this is CEL. That is why, because of his name, this cycle is also known as Calvin cycle. Because of his name, this cycle is also known as Calvin cycle. Okay. Now let's start how this cycle takes place. What he researched that, as you know, in the dark reaction, the CO2 is taken up, and that CO2 is taken up by an acceptor, and then a product is formed. Okay. CO2 is utilized in this dark reaction. CO2 is converted into food, that is carbohydrates. So now, what he observed that this CO2, when it is accepted by some product, by some acceptor, the first product of the CO2 fixation is 3-PGA. 3-PGA. That means 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde or glyceric acid. What he observed, what he found out, that as a result of CO2 fixation, the first product formed. This is the first product formed. When CO2 is fixed, the first product formed is 3-PGA or 3-phosphoglyceric acid. Now, this first product was a 3-carbon sugar. This was 3-carbon sugar, as the name indicates. It was 3-carbon sugar. That means in this, how many carbons were present? 3 carbons were present. So on the basis of this, they assumed that CO2 must be combining, or carbon must be combining with some acceptor. This carbon must be combining with some acceptor which may have, see, single carbon is there. It is combining with any acceptor which may have 2 carbons. 2 carbon. Then only 3-carbon sugar is formed, 3-PGA is formed. So they assume that carbon must be combining with an acceptor with 2 carbon, and that is why 3-PGA is formed, 1 carbon from there and 2 from here. This resulted in the formation of first product of CO2 fixation, which is 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde. But to their surprise, what they found out, that this was not a 2-carbon sugar. 2-carbon sugar or substance, but it was a 5-carbon compound. It was not a 2-carbon compound, but it was 5-carbon compound. A compound in which 5 carbons were there, and he named this 5-carbon compound. The name of this, he didn't name, but the name of this was RUBP, ribulose biphosphate. Ribulose biphosphate. In some book, it is written bisphosphate. So, biphosphate. It was a 5-carbon compound. It was a 5-carbon compound. That means CO2 was accepted by RUBP to form 3-PGA, 3-phosphoglyceric acid. PGA is phosphoglyceric acid. That means this was the conclusion, that CO2 combined with a 5-carbon compound to form a 3-carbon compound, which was the first product of CO2 fixation. Till here, is it clear, beta? Anything you want to ask me, or till here it is clear? Yes, bache, if it is clear till here, or anything you want me to repeat before I start with the cycle? Okay, fine. So to everybody, it is clear till here. Now I start with the, now one thing more I would like to tell you in this. Here, for accepting CO2, acceptance of the CO2 and the formation of the first product of CO2 fixation, because CO2 gets fixed here. That is why we say CO2 fixation. Here, for this conversion, an enzyme is required, and the name of that enzyme is Rubisco. RUBISCO, Rubisco, or this can be small, Rubisco. Ribulose bisphosphate carboxylase oxidase, both. Why it is carboxylase as well as oxidase? Because it helps in both. It helps in carboxylation as well as oxygenation. That is why the name given carboxylase oxygenase. So this was the enzyme which was required for this conversion of CO2 into the first product, which was PGA. Now, I start with the Calvin cycle. Here. So now I start with the Kelvin cycle, how the Kelvin cycle was accomplished. There were 3 major steps to accomplish the Kelvin cycle, and those 3 steps was, the first was carboxylation. The second was reduction. And the third step in this cycle was regeneration. So there were 3 steps: carboxylation, reduction, and regeneration. These 3 steps were included, means because of these 3 steps only, the Kelvin cycle was accomplished. Now what happened? How did it start? The CO2, of course, it was fixed, and the who was accepted? Accepted for that was RUBP. RUBP accepted it. RUBP accepted it, and then that means the CO2 was accepted by RUBP. This CO2 here we are using 3 carbons. Here we are using 3 carbons, 3 CO2, not 3 carbons, 3 CO2, 3 molecules of CO2 we are using. That means if we are using 3 molecules of CO2, how many carbons are there? 3 carbons are there. Here are 3 carbons which are involved because we are using 3 molecules of CO2. And here, this was a 5 carbon sugar, as you know, 5 carbon compound, as you all know. RuBP is a 5 carbon compound. That means in RuBP, how many carbons are present? 1 RuBP, 5 carbons are present. So 3 molecules of RuBP were used. So that way, if one has 5 carbons, 3 will have 15 carbons. So in all here, the carbons involved were 15 carbons. So RuBP, 15 carbons were involved, whereas in case of CO2, 3 carbons were involved. Okay, now here started the process of carboxylation. Carboxylation, this is the process of carboxylation and addition of carbon dioxide. Now this resulted in the formation of PGA. I'm writing this only once, phosphoglyceric acid. This PGA formed, as you all know, see, this is connected with this. We are using 3 of this. This is also connected with this. We are using 3 of this. Okay. And one has 1 carbon. Okay. Here, each RuBP has 5 carbons. Each RuBP have 1 RuBP has 5 carbons. So 5 into 3, 15. Now phosphoglyceric acid is a 3 carbon compound. 3 carbon compound. This is a 3 carbon compound. And as a result of this, 6 molecules of phosphoglyceric acid were formed. 6 phosphoglyceric acid. That means when these are formed, each has 3. So 6, 3, 18. So these are interconnected. 18 carbons here. We got 18 carbons. One phosphoglyceric acid is a 3 carbon compound. That means one has got 3 carbons, and the formation are 6 molecules are formed. So in all, 18 carbons we have got. Now here, after this process, the phosphorylation took place. Phosphorylation means energy was liberated, and for that 6 ATPs were required. 6 ATPs were utilized, and these 6 ATP, now this is photosynthetic phase in which ATPs are utilized. These 6 ATPs, they get broken down. Lysis takes place with the formation of 6 ADP and the release of energy. And that energy which is released is used for the synthesis of 1,3-diphospho glycerate or glyceric acid. This is utilized for the synthesis of 1,3-diphosphoglyceric acid. That means here it was phosphoglyceric acid, just one at one place. Phosphate was there, then phosphate was released, and at 2 places of this compound phosphate was present. Now 1,3-diphosphoglyceric acid. This 1,3-diphosphoglyceric acid, in this 6 molecules were formed, and that means the number of carbon compounds here were 18, because one has 3, so 18 carbon, a compound with 18 carbons, not a compound. 6 molecules are formed, so one has 3, so 6, 3, 18. So 18 carbons are formed. Then after this, reduction takes place. Here, this was carboxylation. Then we come to another process where reduction took place. When reduction took place, NADP was used. So what happened here? NADP were utilized because 6 molecules are there. For that, 6 NADPH are there. And this was broken down with the release of energy, and 6 NADP are formed. This 6 NADP, and this resulted in the formation of 6 molecules of phosphoglyceraldehyde. Now this turns into glyceraldehyde. So what is formed here is glyceraldehyde. Phosphoglyceraldehyde is formed. Now, how many molecules of this are formed? 6 molecules. 6 molecules of this are formed because we have started with 3 carbons. That means 3 molecules of carbon dioxide. When 3 molecules of carbon dioxide is taken, 6 molecules of phosphoglyceraldehyde is formed. One phosphoglyceraldehyde has 3 carbons. One. It is a 3 carbon compound. So one has 3 carbon. So when one has 3 carbons, 6 will have 18 carbons. 18 carbon, 6 will have 6, 3, 18. Now out of this, with the 6 which are formed, one phosphoglyceraldehyde, it goes out. It moves out one molecule. One molecule of phosphoglyceraldehyde moves out for the formation of glucose. It moves out to synthesize glucose. And what happens to the remaining 5? The remaining 5 molecules, they move into the cycle. So the remaining 5 molecules of, now how many are left? 5 molecules of, I'm writing in short PGA, PG aldehyde. Now there are 5 molecules of phosphoglyceraldehyde. That means phosphoglyceraldehyde is a 3 carbon compound. So this 3 carbon compound it is. So 3 carbon compound, how many carbons will it have? 5 are there and one has 3. 5 molecules of PGA are there and out of 5 one has 3. So in all 15 carbon. 15 carbon are here. 15 carbon are here. Now what happens out of this? The phosphorus is removed. One phosphorus is removed, not one, 2 inorganic phosphates are removed. After removal of inorganic phosphates, 2 inorganic phosphates, what is formed is a ribulose 5-phosphate. This is formed. And this ribulose 5-phosphate has 15 carbon because one has 3, so 5 are formed. So 5, 3, 15. So ribulose 5-phosphate are formed. Now this ribulose 5-phosphate, it undergoes regeneration. Now here what process takes place? Regeneration, and as a result of regeneration, what happens that ATP is utilized, ATP is broken down, 3 ATPs, and then it becomes ADP, and it results in the formation of RUBP, which is the acceptor. And this is how the acceptor is regenerated again, because we continuously need this acceptor. If this acceptor will not be there, nothing will be there to accept this carbon dioxide. Now if we see here in all, see we started with 3 molecules of CO2. So 3 molecules of CO2 formed 1 glucose. If you see here, we used 3 molecules of CO2, and from these 3 molecules, see we use three CO2s here, 1 molecule of glucose was formed. So from 3, 1 was formed. That means when from 3, 1 was formed, how many are required to form more than 6? Will, if we use 6 molecules, that means, okay, this calculation I'll be telling you tomorrow. Right now, first let me ask you, yes, this is also known as T3 cycle. Because of calculation will take a lot of time and we are left with 2-3 minutes. So I'll be telling you that tomorrow. Right now you see this process of carboxylation, reduction and regeneration, and which helps in the accomplishment of Kelvin cycle. So just anything in the cycle which you could not understand, or any term which you are not understanding here. Basically, if you don't want to mention these carbon numbers, is okay. See, CO2 combining with the acceptor, or CO2 accepted by ribulose biphosphate forms phosphoglyceric acid, and then carboxy. This is as a result of carboxylation, and then what is utilized, because now this is biosynthetic phase in which ATP and NADPH are utilized. So they utilize this, and as a result, 1,3 diphosphoglyceric acid is formed. Here reduction takes place in which NADPH is used. This NADPH, it loses it and it gets broken down with the release of energy and results in the formation of phosphoglyceraldehyde. This phosphoglyceraldehyde from 6 molecules are formed, and see, 6 molecules, I am saying that this because it's not exactly 6 molecules. Whatever is formed, a fraction of that goes for the synthesis of glucose. Here, for the convenience, I have taken the 3 molecules. Actually, whatever is formed, the sixth fraction of that goes for the formation of glucose molecule. Rest move into the regeneration phase of the C3 cycle. So here, then rest, they form phosphoglyceraldehyde. Rest of them, what do? They lose the phosphorus, inorganic phosphorus, forms ribulose 5 phosphate. This ribulose 5 phosphate then again utilizes ATP energy form and gets converted into RUBP, ribulose biphosphate, which is an CO2, which is a CO2 acceptor and should always be there. If this acceptor will not be there, what will happen, that CO2 will not get fixed. And when CO2 doesn't get fixed, the process of C3 cycle will not take place. The process of dark reaction even will not take place. So it is very important that acceptor should be there. If this acceptor will not be there, the CO2 will not be accepted and the dark reaction will not be accomplished. Now, children, one thing more which is here, that this cycle can be asked in the exam, and you will have to make it like this. It is not necessary